Mom!
Today has been a rough day.
Today is a day.
Today has been a day. Guess what I did?
What did you do today?
So I work from home occasionally, and it's been a rough day at work. I mean, honestly, it was probably a normal day, but like, you know, one of those days where like the dumbest things, like you were explaining where you didn't get a straw in your fucking Starbucks or whatever, and it just breaks everything. It was one of those days where like normally everything's cool, but it's been building up to this moment, and I'm like, fuck everyone. And I went to go out to our fucking beer fridge outside and grab myself a Red Bull. This is at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I want a fucking Red Bull.
Yeah.
Right? Like
You
I need
do
to.
You're an adult.
Listen, I'm like,
You're
put
not
on some
supposed to have
tunes.
caffeine, but that's okay.
You know what? Fuck heartburn. Like I need me some tunes. I need some Red Bull. I need shit to make myself happy so I don't like compensate by eating fucking cheese blocks. I don't know. I'm trying to pick healthier. It's really not that healthy. Anyway, so I go out to the shed.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. I was doing something different to like perk up my life.
Yeah.
So I got to the shed or whatever the fuck it is, and I grabbed myself a little fucking Red Bull out of the fridge. Only I grabbed a beer first. Like my
Like a habit? Yeah.
Yeah, my gut reaction was like, here's a Corona. Swooped it up, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm still working. And like put it back and grabbed my Red Bull. But like walking back, I was just like laughing to myself and talking to myself. I'm like, you fucking deserve a beer. So this is my PSA that like, you know, Stacey's drunk. I've been drinking since, you know,
Stacey
4.
is lightly buzzed, and she convinced me to have one with her. So
And that's your number 2. So, you know.
1, 2. Who's counting?
Who knows? I'm not counting. I also have to work tomorrow, so that's going to suck. And I'm just going to drink so much water later because I never drink anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I really don't either.
Yeah.
And water helps. I woke up the last time we drank, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, why am I so fucking thirsty? And I took the goddamn trek
You did?
across my goddamn house.
And now it's cold.
Now it's cold. Yeah.
Must have been awful.
It was horrible. It was like going through the Alps.
I thought you were going to say Sahara, and I was like, nope.
No. That one's hot.
the other
I
one.
almost said Sahara.
The goddamn Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, goddamn Appalachians out there or something. I was like, goddamn trek. And then I came back and I was like, why am I so thirsty? And then it wasn't until the morning that I was like,
Oh, I had
I'm
beer.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
I dehydrated myself.
Actually, I'm so proud of myself because that night that we drank, I really only had a couple beers
Yeah.
at your house. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't even remember the day it was, so probably.
Okay.
It was probably that day.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm going to get drunk. And then we had like 2 beers and popped a gummy. And I was like,
that's
I'm going
right.
to drink water so I don't feel like death tomorrow. Right? Because I didn't hate myself yet. And then so I actually followed through with that.
That's smart.
But today I hate myself. So we're doing gummies, we're drinking beer, we're doing whatever the fuck we got to do to survive.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
occasionally, yeah.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay
Right.
in moderation.
Yeah.
Also, I'm working tomorrow too. So, like, this is my last one, and I've
Yeah.
got to,
Yeah.
you know, fucking
Yeah,
be
this
a
is my last one
responsible
too.
adult. It's not our last one.
It totally is. I'm
That's
going to be
okay, though.
so productive tomorrow. I never do this. I never drink on a weeknight.
Ooh, baby, treat yourself.
No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. Well, do you want to give me your goddamn then?
Yes.
Duh.
Let me tell you my goddamn.
Okay.
So my oldest kid, last night, I was putting them to bed. Bedtime's a fucking ordeal when you have kids,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Like it's a whole goddamn
bedtime doesn't
setup.
exist when you don't have kids. You're like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Or you accidentally fall asleep and you're like, wow, that was wonderful. That doesn't,
Yeah.
not a thing when you
Yeah.
pop out kids. If you're like, oh, I might have a little crotch goblin, think about it again. If you like sleep, don't do it. If you like self-identity, fuck that shit. If you...
No more of that.
Nope. If you're like, hey, man, I really love just going to a restaurant randomly without having to plan 800 things and think about, like, will my kids eat it? Then don't do it. It's a fucking trap. It's all a trap and a lie. But I love my kids. So with my loving kids, I was putting them... Yeah. I was putting them to bed at night. Honestly, my kids are awesome, but it is a fucking trap. Don't let them feed you this bullshit. Don't let other people convince you of what you want or need.
Yeah.
So putting my kids that I want and need to bed and
that I definitely decided on my own was going to be my own journey.
Yeah. No one else is going to tell you this shit, so I'm being honest. Anyway, so I'm putting them in bed, and, you know, at first everything's going great. Everybody's quiet. We're going to sleep. My oldest one now also falls asleep in the youngest one's bedroom. It's like a thing, but also we haven't broken it up because we're about to have Lee's dad come stay with us for a little bit, so we're going to have to put him in the same room anyway, so it all works out. And actually, they do pretty well together.
Yeah.
So I'm all laying in there, and I'm like rubbing backs and singing fucking frog songs or whatever the hell it is they need to hear. And my oldest one is like Mom, what's this mean? And he holds up like the I love you sign in sign language.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I emphasized that like that. And I
Sign
was like,
language.
language. We are sign languaging. And I was like, oh, that means I love you. By the way, he knows all this shit. He's just at that age that like he asks the same questions over and over and over and over.
I think they do it for like a validation too. Where
Yeah,
it's
like,
yeah, I know
Yeah,
my
I knew
shit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this one mean? And you're like, thumbs up. That means like, good job.
Yeah.
Love it.
You got it.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Mhm.
And
I know
then-
where this is going.
And then my oldest goes, Mom, do you know what I do if I don't like my food? And I was like, what? And he flips the bird and he goes, I do this to my food. And he like, and he aggressively flips the bird and he's like, grinning or whatever. Aaron, I fucking laughed. I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to be like, we don't flip the bird, because I've had this conversation with him because he's asked before. And I said, hey, that's one we don't do. And he's like, why? And I'm like, some people find it offensive.
Some people.
I can't lie to my kids. It's really hard because honestly, I don't give a flying fuck. But also,
Yeah.
I'm not going to let my kid flip the bird everywhere. So I
Walk that
scapegoat.
line.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
scapegoat out. If he flipped the bird at me, I would kill him.
Yeah.
But if I walked in his room and he was flipping the bird at his food, that's funny.
It's really funny.
And he's by himself. Like, who's he
Yeah.
going to hurt? Anyway, so he did that. I fucking die laughing. He fed off of it.
Of
He's
course
not
he
flipping
did.
off more. He was like, he put it down right away because he knew it was bad. But he was so stoked that I was laughing. And I was like, no, no, no. Like in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I have to fucking try to fix this.
Oh no, I'm a parent.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. While I'm laughing hysterically, it's been a night, I'm tired, whatever. While I'm laughing hysterically, I'm like, okay, you can't do that in front of other people though. Like you
Yeah, yeah.
can't,
Like,
whatever.
listen, this is our little secret.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, oh, I never do it. And I'm like, I know, babe. I'm just telling you, like in the future, you can't do it. And he goes, okay, well, if I ever do it, I'm going to do it like this. And then he flips off whatever the world and he like covers his middle finger with his other hand, like wraps around his middle finger. And just the intensity that he was like, fuck you to his imaginary food. I was like, man, you should do that.
That's if that's what helps you.
But like, don't, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had to walk a fine line as a parent. By the way, I haven't explained any of this to Lee. He's going to be mortified that I did not handle it more strictly.
What?
For
fine.
sure.
Really?
No.
Really?
He's so much a better parent than I am.
Well, I don't know. I see him being like giggling about it at least, or like
if he were with
understanding
me
the-
in that moment, he would have giggled also.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. So like now it's,
My kid, I told you about it briefly, but my kid asked me, because it's fucking Red Ribbon Week at school, everybody's pledging that they won't do drugs, right?
Right? And these kids are 5.
Yeah, he's 5. He's in kindergarten.
By the way, my mom does drugs. Different
Right?
kind of drugs. I don't know. What kind of drugs are we talking about? It's so
All of them.
generic.
It's a gateway, apparently. Marijuana is a gateway
Well,
drug.
yeah,
so,
we all
like-
have fucking problems.
Yeah, I know.
Stop
Life is hard, man.
Putting me into your fucking square ass hole or whatever it is.
Right? But Brandon was standing there. He was across the couch. And at this point, it's Wednesday. And I was like, you wear
Tie-dye
your
or
jersey.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tie-dye to peace out drugs or whatever, right? And
they
he was
come up with the lamest excuse.
so stupid. And it's fucking across the board. Like, I think it's every school. It's
Yeah,
like, this is what
because
it is.
your themes are the same as my themes, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's across the board.
Yeah.
and
I
there's
saw one on
red ribbons
TikTok.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
which black tar heroin for it. Let's not do that. And by for it, I mean like against it,
Yeah.
which is very confusing.
I'm
but like,
for you trying to stop them doing that.
I'm for heroin on Red Ribbon Week.
Yeah. But, like, nobody's offering fucking kids drugs also.
Right?
But then my kid, okay, wait, it was Wednesday, and my kid said, what are drugs? And I was like, they didn't explain this shit on Monday?
Right?
When you
Like,
started
who's
this?
going to have drug week and not explain it to our kids?
On Monday.
Where's your dare officer, bro?
Right?
Yeah.
What? Like,
Where's Carol to kick in the door and be
did
like,
you learn the fucking clap yet?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
dare?
Yeah, this is hard with one hand.
I did it, though.
You did. But then he's like, what are drugs? And Brandon looked at me because he was asking me, and Brandon's behind him.
And Brandon's
over
like,
there.
I could get him some drugs.
Yeah, Brandon's like, what do you need? No, I was like, oh, fuck, how do I handle this? And so I just went with, well, the drugs are
Things that
bad.
people say.
Okay? Literally,
Okay.
that's what I said. Okay. And Brandon just starts dying and like turns around. I'm like, oh my God. And he was just like, okay, is everybody against drugs? And I was like, yeah.
For sure.
And he was like, okay. And then he was all excited to be like, you know, in a team against drugs or whatever.
Oh.
But at the same time, I'm like, what am I supposed to? Like, you can do some drugs, but make sure you know where they came from. But also, don't do other drugs. Make sure that your drugs are ethically sourced. Also, your mom's on drugs. And like all of the adults you hang out with. But like not hard drugs.
Yeah, but like this, you know, like the gateway ones.
Gateway drugs. Sometimes I do drugs. Not hard ones. Just ones that
Could lead you to them.
shake my mind up. You
Yeah,
know?
you know, gotta like feel a little different.
God, so stupid though.
Dude, this conversation that you had, I had the exact same one on the way to class with my son. Like, I'm holding his hand, and he's like, what are all those red ribbons for? And I'm like, oh, it's Red Ribbon Week, like, against drugs or whatever the fuck it is. And he's like, what are drugs? And I'm like, oh, except for instead of me being like, drugs are just bad, okay? Instead, I was like, oh,
There are things that sometimes adults inject into their body so that they can feel different.
I didn't even say that. I was just like, oh, sometimes it's just like people take like pills or something and they're just not good for you. And he was like, well, why would you do that? And I'm like, oh, like some people just don't know that they're not good
Because
for
they're
you.
super fun.
Yeah, because they're awesome. Because this life sucks. So we all need to escape in some way, shape, or form.
But like do it in moderation. Good luck.
But if it's like a real trauma, get therapy.
yeah, right? Oh God.
Yeah, it was a
Fucking-
weird conversation, and he accepted it eventually. But my kid likes to circle back around on like, but their mommy and daddy didn't teach them any better or something that makes like the other person feel like an asshole. But in this imaginary conversation that we're having, and I'm still at that phase where I'm just like, yep, mm-hmm. And then I just end it, and I'm like, oh my God, my kid's going to be an asshole. He's going to be like, well, my mom or whatever taught
My mom
me.
said, oh, my kid's just gonna be like, I don't know what drugs are, but they are bad.
Okay?
Okay?
I like it.
And honestly, if there's one thing I can impart on my child, it's
Also,
South Park.
Also, that's all we need. Sunshine.
Yeah, you know? Anyway, do you want to hear my goddamn?
Do I?
Do you?
Yeah.
It's not that exciting. It goes along the same theme of, you know, kids are definitely not a trap and totally have them, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You
Oh,
should do it if you love to procreate yourself.
My little baby girl.
Uh-oh.
She's had a fever for 2 days now. My poor little sweetie pie. She's so hot all the time.
She's so hot.
She's so hot. She sits there and she'll cough into the back of her hand, just like this.
Oh,
like
no.
it doesn't cover anything. She's
It's like
she goes,
little Jane Austen or
I'm
something.
sick.
Oh.
Like, you're two. I fucking love you.
I love her so much. She's like the gentlest human being I've ever met. She's so sweet.
She is not that gentle. She is.
well,
I
I know, but she comes across that way to me.
Yeah,
so I
she's-
love her.
Yeah, she's shy around everyone else. And in the house, you're like, she's gonna commit a felony someday. Like,
She's psycho.
this girl will rule the world one
Oh
day.
my God,
yeah,
how
I
cute.
have no. I don't know.
She's just got to get over that shyness.
Yeah, and she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Hanging around with you, she'll be fine. Yeah, but I've had to stay
love
home
her.
from work for 2 days now, which sounds great. Sounds like a fucking blessing. Sounds all those things. But I'm not a stay-at-home mom for a reason.
Yeah, like it's hard.
It's hard, and I don't want to make. I just made you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, just eat that.
You
I
have
don't
to be
want
a
make you fucking
servant.
47 other things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a servant. I want milk. Here's your milk. I don't want it in that cup. Well, I just fucking dirtied this cup, so
Yeah,
now
so it's yours.
you're gonna drink it from this cup, and
Yeah.
then it's a fucking fit, and then you have milk on the floor.
I feel like that's just my life.
It's
like
been-
even when I'm not working at home, that's my life.
Yeah,
I'm
but
the worst
at least
parent.
when I'm working. It's
You get a
only
break.
like 3 hours at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
and
yeah,
usually
yeah.
they're tired, so they're a little bit sweeter or like worse, but like
Mine
more
are
easily.
awful right now. I love them, but they're
shapeable.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all goddamn day, and she's sick, so she's a tyrant, but she's a tired tyrant. and
Yeah.
so she's like,
I'm mad for no reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
just wanted stuff, but
Yeah.
like nothing was good. And then she wants to cuddle with me, and she looked me dead in my little tiny face, and her little face was so close to my face. And then I just saw her open her mouth, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she gonna yawn? And then she just coughed into my face, and I was like, I'm sick.
Yeah. Oh, For the record, like 100% sure that your kid got sick because of my little credence. Like, there's no way that I didn't bring the sickness around. Because, first of all, my youngest was in the literal hospital, like, a week and a half ago. So, our bad.
Yeah.
Also,
right.
we went to the fucking pumpkin patch. Anytime you go anywhere public, I notice usually the zoo or the aquarium or something, they always get sick after.
Well, yeah, they always they're fucking licking handlebars, like
Dude,
all the
why?
way down, bro.
Why? And then
The grass is cold.
Yeah, don't put it
Okay.
on your tongue, bro. And then the third reason is because my oldest one was homesick also for 2 days. He didn't have a fever, but I think it's because he's older, so he can fight that shit off.
My older one is getting a fever. Right before I left, it was not bedtime. And he was like, I'm tired. I want to go lay down. And he went and laid down in my bed. And I went and
that's a fever.
oh, yeah.
Poor baby.
And then I felt him and he's hot already. It's not a confirmed fever, but you can tell.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna have to, somebody's going to have to stay home.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be Brandon tomorrow. I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
Isn't
Isn't that crazy?
shit to do?
Like, being a working parent is so hard. To be like, oh, for sure, tomorrow everything's going to be great. And then the next day you're like, why did I try to predict the future?
Yeah.
As they're vomiting into a cup and overflowing into a paper bag. And you're like, what are my life choices?
Just put it in my hand, baby.
And then you have to make that call. And then your boss is just like, okay. And you're like, no, validate my feelings more. Everything's okay, right? But it's really okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean to take it off.
I don't want to be here holding vomit in a cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor baby girl.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for her.
Aww.
My little girl.
Did she, is she feeling better? Or?
No. She
Nope.
feels like shit. And she's told me every 10 minutes, Mom, I'm sick.
Oh, poor baby.
Mom, I'm sick.
So you just seen your little sweet one be all sick.
Yeah. Yeah. And now my son's about to go through it and he's so much more sensitive.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's going to be way worser. Would you like to tell me your murder story?
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of opinion, I think he's tops. And my opinion is he's the cream of the crops.
I don't know this one.
You do.
What is it? Is it fucking Bring It On? That's all I can think of.
No, but it is from Sister Act. But it's that, as a matter of opinion, I think he's tops. My opinion is he's the cream of the crops. My guy.
Well, I have
A doozy?
a Halloween one for you.
Is it going to be literally Halloween the movie?
No, I'm
We're
not
gonna
going
have
to do a dramatic retelling of the movie Halloween.
Okay, good to know.
Okay,
Okay.
today, for our Halloween episode.
Bo, 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 bo.
So happy Halloween tomorrow, everyone.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween.
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 I'm so high.
Don't we love it now?
Oh, no. I don't know. My kids listen to it all the time, so I should know the words, but I don't.
My kids are afraid of it. All right,
Okay.
I'm going to set the scene.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay?
Halloween.
Halloween, Napa, California.
Napa. Wine drinking.
Wine
country.
drinking. 2004.
Recent.
Relatively.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, but recent to us.
How sad.
Oh, I was alive then.
Jesus Christ. Everybody else who's probably any younger generation listening is recent.
Yeah, they're like, I was born that year.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Yeah, geez Louise.
Okay.
So, we're going to talk about Adrian Insogma and Lauren Minza, okay?
Okay.
They were good friends, and they decided they were going to rent a home together in good old sunny Napa, California.
Sounds expensive.
Sounds really expensive.
Yeah.
And the house looked really nice. Like a nice little...
Napa, I'm sure.
nice
Here's
little...
the thing about renting in California is it's as
Residential? Why can't I think of words?
residential. But renting in California, you might as well just fucking pay the goddamn mortgage. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Seriously, it's the same price
Yeah,
to
yeah.
buy it. Yeah. Well, this
Yep.
is in 2004, so maybe it wasn't.
Oh, yeah. Right
know?
before the bubble.
Yeah, right before all
4
that.
years.
Right before that disaster hit. So Adrian was 26 years old and a civil engineer for the Napa Sanitation District.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Doing pretty good, right?
We're sanitizing the civil district.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And Lauren Minza was the same age. She had a political science degree, and she was an all-state athlete.
Studying poli-sci.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that she was a coach for volleyball or something too.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
they're both got their degrees, doing pretty good,
Doing some shit.
living their best life, right?
Yes.
On their move-in day, they had some friends help them move in, including Lily Prudhomme, who worked with Adrian, and her fiance, Eric Koppel.
Okay.
Okay? By summer, they decided to bring in another friend named Leslie Mazzara.
That's because rent is expensive. We
Right.
need a fucking third.
They were like, you know what? We have an extra bedroom.
Yeah.
Let's
and
fucking-
also, now we can eat.
Yeah, let's not eat ramen every day. Let's bring someone else into this.
Yeah, I would like to buy different flavors of ramen. I want a cup of noodles.
Right?
I want to buy my bowl.
Spring for the fancy.
Yeah, no big deal.
Well, Leslie was 26 years old as well, and she was once Miss South Carolina.
No big deal, Leslie.
No big deal. She was super pretty.
Obviously.
And
I'm
now,
pretty sure there's a requirement to be Miss Anything.
yeah, it is. It is. It was then, for sure.
Yeah.
It still is now.
2004,
but-
for sure.
yeah. She also worked as a tour guide at a winery.
Oh, that must be so fun.
Right? She's got a little hospitality. She's like, you know, the fucking face they all see, and she's all pretty, and so I'm sure she gets tipped well or whatever.
Sure.
right?
And she's like, hey, guys, who wants to try this drink? I'll take a little nip.
Mm-hmm.
Delish.
Delish. And
Yeah.
then she's like, what do you like?
This
Not
one's-
wine? I'll make you a
Tastes like
unicorn.
pineapple. Oh.
This one tastes like Jolly Ranchers. Remember that lady?
Oh, yeah.
She was my favorite.
Mixing wines together and shit, making drinks.
Yeah, I love that lady still.
Yeah. And it didn't taste like anything that she was saying, though.
I thought it was okay. It was better than wine. It's just different kinds of wine.
All mixed together to taste like a Jolly Rancher.
So, everything's peachy. They're all living together, and they're kind of learning how to live together. You know, the
Yeah,
first time you had
yeah.
roommates where you're like, can you wash the fucking dishes after
Do
you
I
use them?
know? Yeah.
Do I? So, obviously, they have a few bumps in the road, including one night when Leslie brought her new boyfriend home, and the two of them kept the entire house awake
Because they were boning.
because they were banging stuff around in the room upstairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And they, as a group, like the three girls, not the boyfriend, I'm assuming, had a little discussion about it. But they decided, like, you know, it is what it is. Try
They
to
were
be
just having
quiet,
fun.
but like you're gonna bring people over.
Yeah.
like, it's three chicks, all single or whatever. Like, you know, learn how to live together. They're gonna have dudes over occasionally, right?
Yeah.
Just try and keep it quiet.
Like, eat your macaroni silently.
Slow down.
You're gonna choke.
Meanwhile, Adrian's friend Lily was having trouble in paradise with her fiance Eric.
Uh-oh.
And she confided in Adrian quite a bit at work about it.
Uh-oh.
And then Lily decided to call off her engagement. I think it was more like a break. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready right now.
Okay,
But,
okay,
But she
listen.
calls off the engagement.
All right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a couple days later, Halloween rolls around, right?
Uh-huh.
And the girls have a handyman come to the house to fix something or whatever.
Okay,
right?
we got shit broken. He's gonna fix something.
Shit's broken. Landlord's like, I'm not going to do that shit. I'll send somebody out.
Yeah.
They sent somebody out. And
That's
then,
never fun.
No, and it's never quick.
Uh-uh.
And they're always like, I don't have any of the parts.
Yeah, and you're like, well, why the fuck they call you out here? Just look at it.
Yeah. And they're
I
like,
told you there's a leaky pipe.
I'll be back in 10 days
Yeah.
between
When
8
my
a.m.
schedule's
and
open.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
Be home.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday, by the way. Fucking asshole.
Precisely.
Yeah. So he leaves, I assume in a timely manner. And then they pass out candy to kids, yada, 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 do the Halloween thing until they go to bed at around 11 p.m.
Okay. On a Tuesday.
I don't know if it was a
I know,
Tuesday.
it was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke.
I was like, hold on. That might be bad information.
Okay.
So, same night, Halloween night, Lily had gone to a party with her friends, and Eric showed up on account of they had the same friends.
Yeah,
they
that'll
were
happen.
Fianced, right?
Uh-huh.
And they had a fight there,
Uh-oh.
a verbal altercation. People witnessed it, but they ended up leaving separately. Like, hey, man, just fucking get out of my hair tonight. I guess he was, like, trying to set a date for the wedding. And she was
Oh, it's
like,
we're not together.
bro, we're on a break. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So,
Weird. And he's like, it's gonna be on October 15th.
It's my lucky number.
What? Love 15?
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be on 040404. Come on.
Yeah.
So they fight. They go home separately, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. What, did they come together?
No, they showed
Okay.
up separately. They were like, God damn it, he's here, right?
And then
Or
they
she's
left
here.
separately.
And then they left separately.
Okay, good.
They fought and then they left separately.
Yeah.
And then sometime between 1:30 and 2 in the morning, a security light turned on outside of the girls' house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lily does not live with these girls. It's it's the 3 girls over here and like their buddy, right? So back at the girls' house, between 1:30 and 2 in the morning, a security light turns on outside of the garage, and Lauren's dog, who was locked in the room with Lauren.
Yeah. What kind of dog do we know?
I don't
Big,
know.
little?
I was assuming it was like a Bernese Mountain Dog, like Chip.
Like a big dog.
Or like a one of those fluffy ones that I can never remember the name of, but Lassie was it. It has a really pointy nose.
Collie?
Is it a collie?
I don't know. That's what went to my brain. I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I feel like it's a collie too.
Now, are you just imagining that because that's what your brain's imagining?
Yeah.
Or did you see... okay. I'm glad we had this conversation. I thought you were telling me.
I'm
a little bit more
imagining.
about-
It's a Maltipoo.
All right. Cool. Glad.
Because its name was Chloe.
Okay.
So, like, you see that, right?
I see something different.
What do you see?
I see like a black poodle with like eye boogers.
Oh, Chloe.
You never know.
We just never know.
But the dog's name was Chloe. Chloe was like, fuck that light.
Yeah, Chloe was like, fuck that light, and she barked a warning bark, right?
Oh, just one?
Just, well, I don't know. just one. We're going with one.
Ah!
Like, yeah, hey. And Lauren
you
was
like-
like, shh, 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 shh,
Yeah.
shh, shh.
But it woke her up?
It woke up Lauren, yeah.
Okay.
But she assumed that it was one of Adrian's cats. So
That's what I was going to say. I grew up in a trailer park. Those things go off all the time.
yeah, right?
Security lights.
Ours, we just leave on because we're like, don't come up here.
It's brighter.
We never want you here.
If you wanted here, it'd be very bright.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you turn off.
No, they're on, always.
On. That's what I
Yeah,
thought you said.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So just
Blind
light the
them
fucking way.
immediately.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Or light the way. Yeah.
it's just really bright over here.
Everybody's going to see me steal some shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we go for.
Yeah, I would.
But she assumed it was one of Adrian's cats, so she calmed the dog down and she just goes back to sleep, right?
All right. Honestly, would probably do the same.
Exactly. Totally understandable. Just a couple minutes later, however, she heard someone come into the house and go up the stairs.
Nope, don't like that one. Oh, but you live with other people. I
You
get
live
it.
with other people.
Yeah.
Her bedroom was on the bottom floor, and the other 2 girls were on the top floor.
Okay,
Okay.
so not unusual.
Not unusual. And so she assumed that it was Leslie's new boyfriend. And so she was kind of like, God damn it. Like, I'm going to be up all goddamn
Talk
night
about
again.
this. Yeah.
This motherfucker is going to be in here banging away.
Hey-o.
Pots and pans.
Yeah, hope
Whatever
he
he's
has his-
doing up there.
Yeah.
But she was like, whatever. I'm not gonna go out there and be like, hey man, keep it down or whatever. Like, just fucking
yeah,
go
she's
back
gonna,
to sleep.
She's not checking on the situation.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then she was woken up again, this time by a blood curdling scream.
That sounds great.
Coming
That's a
from
great way to
upstairs.
wake up.
Horrifying,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And so she opened her door and she heard Adrian screaming, oh my God, please help.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. But you're
no.
gonna run towards it.
I don't know.
Would you? Okay. You open your door.
She opened her door.
You live with me. You live with me.
Uh-huh.
And you just hear me saying, what'd she say? Help me?
Oh God, please help.
Oh God, please help.
I'm going to assume you're not leading me into danger. So I would run to you.
Yeah, actually. Would I think of that? Do you think I would?
To not lead me into danger?
Yeah. Do
I don't
you
know.
think if I were being
You
hurt-
might be like, call 911. Like, there's other things that you could yell, but you'd also probably be like, help me. Or like, hey, man, stop.
Okay, so you think if I were being attacked and you were there, that I would consider the fact that I don't want to lead you into danger, so I'm going to say different things.
No, but my brain would also justify the reason that I didn't go as being, she didn't want me to get hurt.
Yeah, okay. But then I'm trying to think myself. If I knew that it was only you in the room, what would I scream?
Like, get out.
I would probably...
Save yourself.
Yeah, you think very admirably of me. I wouldn't, though, expect you to attack the person. I wouldn't be like, get him off my neck. I'd be
Yeah.
like, call 911.
Call 911 or something. But you'd also,
Go.
like, that's a very first reaction is to be like, help.
Yeah,
Help.
yeah.
This thing is happening.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah. It's true.
She opens her door. Oh my
Yeah.
God, please help.
Yeah.
But Lauren only gets one step outside of her door before she freezes.
Okay.
She just stops, like, oh fuck, that's actually really fucking scary.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be a part of that.
I don't know what's happening here. I assume this is everything that I would do, right?
Yeah.
And then she heard the intruders start running down the stairs.
Did
Yeah.
you close the door? But then you don't want to be trapped in your own room. What do you do?
Well, she panicked and ran out the back door.
Good. That doesn't seem like panicking.
Doesn't seem like panicking, but in hindsight, there's a 6-foot fence completely around it, and there's no way out of the backyard.
Oh.
So,
But what if he would have come at you in the room?
it feels more claustrophobic. At least I feel like I would be screaming outside, like, hey,
yeah.
fucking trying to juke him or whatever, you
like,
know?
psych.
Yeah, and while
And
you're
with, like, a
screaming for the
fucking
neighbors to
death
come
roll.
help.
Yeah. You know,
What did you say about a death roll?
said hit him with a death roll.
Yes, exactly.
Fake him out. Hit him with a death roll.
Yeah.
Come up, monster truck. Book it.
Exactly.
I got my plan
Book it
out.
back through the house, out
Yeah.
the front door, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All while screaming something more interesting than help. you
Yeah.
know? Like
free bananas
yeah, I don't know.
on
Like,
Tuesdays.
holy fucking shit, is that Trump? I don't know. It depends on where you're at. Yeah.
It does, yeah. They're in Napa, California.
You know, consider your audience.
They're like, oh, there's sharpshooters out here.
yeah, watch
everybody
out for
get
those
out.
sharpshooters.
So, anyway, blah, blah, blah. Ran outside, 6-foot fence, no way to get out.
That's so scary.
So fucking scary.
Yeah,
So she decides to hide and she stays quiet, listening, right?
Where is she hiding? In the backyard?
I think it's out back.
Is something gonna happen to her? I thought she was gonna get away. Okay.
So
Oh no.
she thought she heard him leave through the kitchen window, or like the fucking kitchen window blinds were rattling. And by kitchen window, I mean it was like a full size window. It wasn't like the little ones above the sink.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it was a window near the kitchen.
Like the dining room window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But that is also like a kitchen.
exactly. But everything kept saying the kitchen window. And I'm like, this is not what I think of when I think of a kitchen window. Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, Adrian was still alive and trying to call for help.
Okay. So
Lauren ran up the stairs and she found a fucking massacre.
uh-oh. What?
Les-
So Lauren is the other roommate.
Lauren, Adrian, and Leslie. This is upstairs. This is downstairs.
Okay. And
Lauren's the one that just ran out back.
okay.
And then she ran back inside and ran upstairs.
Oh, she went back inside.
Yeah, because she heard him leave.
Oh no.
And so she ran back inside.
I see what you did there. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Leslie had been attacked in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And when Adrian woke up and went to investigate, she was attacked as well. They were both stabbed multiple times.
Oh no.
Lauren obviously called the police, but while on the phone with them,
Were they all like in the same room stabbed? Like she went to go check and that's
no, I think they were in different rooms.
really?
Yeah, Leslie was on the floor in her room, and then Adrian was like coming out, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Lauren obviously calls the police, but while she's on the phone with the police, giving them information and like, this is where we are, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Her phone dropped. Her like call dropped.
Oh no.
Right? But it's 2004. They didn't have cell towers everywhere.
Oh no.
So the call dropped, and then she freaked out thinking,
that's a terrible time to lose service.
terrible time. What if they're
Okay.
like, oh, we never get it upstairs. Like, we never get service upstairs. I
Oh,
don't know
no.
if that's true. But like, what
Okay.
if that was
yeah,
a thing?
but that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
By the way, does anybody just not get service anymore in places, or is it like you
I
know?
think in like the boonies.
Oh, that's true. Because we live in like a fucking city ass.
Yeah. And there's
City.
one spot on my street that you don't get service ever.
Oh, you know, at my parents' house, it used to be like in certain rooms, literal
Yeah.
rooms, you didn't get service. So that's why I was asking, is that still a thing?
Yeah. But it was then. So her call dropped, right?
Mm.
And then she freaked out thinking like, what if the guy's still in the fucking house? I only thought I saw him leave or heard
Oh,
him leave. Like, I
no.
didn't see him leave,
Yeah.
right? So
And
then,
two of her friends are like severely wounded.
yes.
Nope.
So she,
How lucky though? Like what? Where was the dog? Out in the yard or something? Or
I don't understand this because
Yeah.
the dog was in her room. And then when she opened the door, I don't know if she like didn't let the dog out. Because
okay.
she survives. There was an interview later where she was like, you know, had I just, or like, what if I had let the dog out or done, you know, like out of the room or whatever. So I don't know if she like closed the door behind her and left the
Okay,
dog
so
in
the
there.
dog couldn't get out.
Yeah.
But how lucky for her that she ran outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Smart. Not that anybody else wouldn't be smart. I don't know that that would be my reaction. I'd be like, oh, let me check on you. What's
yeah,
wrong?
right? Like, oh no. And then you're
Did
going up
you
the stairs
fall?
while he's coming down the
Yeah,
stairs or something. That's terrifying.
Yeah,
terrifying.
I know.
Yeah. She's super, I guess, lucky.
Okay, let's hear it.
She freaks out, thinking the killer still might be in the house, and so she ran out to her car in the driveway, and she called 911 again from there.
Okay, good.
And then when the police showed up, they said it was the bloodiest crime scene that they had ever attended.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, Lauren hadn't seen the attacker's face, and since it was dark, all she could tell them was that it was a man,
Oh.
right?
Okay, so she saw that much at least. All
When he
right.
was like starting to run down the stairs. She said he was like knocking shit over and he was running like a crazy person. Like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here.
Oh,
Right?
I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah. There was blood all over Leslie's room and upstairs, and there were bloody footprints going down the stairs and a bloody handprint on the wall.
Okay.
So there was blood all over the window blinds and on the siding of the house outside where the person had escaped from. Like they
Oh,
climbed out the
no.
window and then
Okay,
touched
so
the side
she
of the house.
did hear him leave
Yeah.
when she was outside. Okay.
Police started collecting evidence, per usual.
Good for them.
Good for them. Wow, way to go.
Way to earn your keep.
Right? And they were able to get over 250 pieces of evidence
Holy
from
shit.
the scene. They said their average was like 3 or 4.
I would imagine their average would be something like that.
Really?
What?
I was like, your average. I was thinking like blood splatters and stuff.
Oh,
This
like
shit's gonna
each
be-
individual?
Yeah, I don't know though. Either which way, they were shocked by the amount, right? They were
Yeah.
like, holy shit. we
There's
have
a lot
so
of
much.
evidence.
Yeah. And they found that the bloody handprint on the wall was actually the attacker's blood.
Oh, so he was injured.
Yep, he had cut himself while
we got
stabbing.
DNA. Yeah.
Got DNA, exactly. So police also found 3 cigarette butts on the ground outside, 2 in front and 1 in the back of the house.
All right.
And a pack of black zip ties were rubber banded together under the front window outside,
That's weird.
like they had been dropped there, like when he was climbing over.
Oh, I was thinking
think-
like placed there.
No, I think they
was
were
like, ew.
accidentally dropped.
Okay.
Right? But that
Still creepy. Yeah.
paints a fucking terrifying picture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So DNA testing was able to determine that the DNA from the cigarettes, the bloody
Matched.
handprint, and the rubber band from the zip ties all belonged to the same man.
Okay.
Okay, so whoever that was is the same fucking guy that was outside with the cigarette butts, all that jazz, right? But there was no match in the criminal database.
Damn it.
A few months go by and there's no leads. They offer a $100,000 reward to anyone with information.
Jesus, who's giving $100,000 to this?
Napa.
Not that it's not deserved. I'm just like,
But
oh,
that's a lot.
Shit,
That's
yeah.
a lot more than
Usually
the
it's like
usual.
$5,000, and
Yeah.
you're like, I mean, like if I have some, maybe.
Yeah, right. See something, say something. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, no one has any information or could give any kind of motive that would warrant someone wanting to kill these 2 girls.
Yeah,
Right?
it just seems so like out of nowhere. But was it
Exactly.
like an ex? Was it the ex? Because you were just saying. Am I jumping ahead?
Oh.
See, I thought that's where you were going because they were fighting about a date or whatever, and she's like, fuck that shit.
Interesting. Possibly. Let me
Okay.
tell the rest.
Okay.
So, the handyman that had been there earlier in the day was obviously suspected because
Yeah.
he had been around. So
I
he was
almost
checked
forgot
out.
about him.
Right.
Okay.
But he had a solid alibi.
Okay.
And then Leslie actually had an ex-boyfriend from like South Carolina, right?
Where they all come from?
Well, where all of her wherever she came from. I think she came from South Carolina.
Sounds
she was
right.
Miss South Carolina, right? So somewhere over there, whose dad was actually kind of obsessed with her.
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Not the dad.
Yeah, the dad had been calling her every couple of days
Nope, don't
ever
like that.
since she moved to California. So it's just a little fucking weird.
Why would the dad call? Why would the
She
dad
was
have
really
the number?
pretty. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know, but I
ugh.
think he was being creepy, and
Yeah.
she was like, "What the fuck, man? Like, you gotta stop doing this."
Oh no.
But he and his son both had alibis as well.
Oh
They
my
were
God.
definitely across the country
Yeah.
at the time of the murders.
So he didn't do it. All right.
They had the DNA from the cigarettes analyzed further, and they were able to determine that it was a white male of European descent. He
Not of European descent.
Oh, those Europeans. He had light hair and most likely green eyes, right?
Ooh, green eyes. That's a good hint.
It is. It narrows down your population a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
They also
I'm like, oh, wow, science.
They also got a little bit lucky with the brand of cigarettes. They were able to determine that they were Camel Turkish Gold cigarettes.
Okay.
which were
Still feels kind of common.
well, they were new on the market.
Oh.
So they had just started selling them.
Okay.
And not that many like liquor stores or whatever markets or whatever sold them.
You know,
And,
who's got to keep track of that?
I mean, it was the time. And so then they were like, do you sell these? And they were like, no.
I guess also you could be like, when did your product launch? That's a pretty big day.
Yeah, exactly. The places that did sell them only remembered really selling a couple, right?
Oh,
So it's
okay.
kind of rare. A
Yeah.
little more rare, right?
You're like, who knew about our Turkish gold?
Ooh, yeah. So they asked Lauren for a list of everyone that she knew who smoked that brand. But the only person she could think of who smoked at all was Eric Koppel, which is the fiance.
Okay.
But she didn't know the brand or anything, right?
Yeah.
She did say that she didn't know him well, like she had just met him through Lily, and he seemed shy and quiet and antisocial, but like an overall nice guy.
I'm on to you.
So police were like, cool, we're going to go talk to him.
Yeah.
A month goes by,
Okay,
and
that
she
takes
doesn't
some
hear
time.
anything. Yeah, that takes some time, I guess. So she calls the police to check, like, hey, man, did you ever look into Eric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they hadn't been able to get a hold of him.
Oh, because he's on the fucking run? Because he murdered some people?
Maybe. I don't know if that's just where they were going to leave that. Like, yeah, he wasn't answering.
Oh my God.
Like, we're just done here, right?
Without her questioning? Did they dig?
They couldn't get a hold of him. And so they were like,
That's
"Meh."
not how it ends?
Yep. Meh.
What?
Meanwhile.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And so Lauren was like, hey,
Hey, you guys.
can you figure something out? So meanwhile, in September of 2005, so it's almost a year later now, the press run a news segment on TV saying that they have this new evidence in the murder investigation. And they now knew roughly what this person looks like, you know, light hair, green eyes, yada, 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 right?
Yeah. They got some DNA evidence.
Mm-hmm. And what brand of cigarettes they smoke. So like, hey man, look at your friends. You guys know anyone like this, right?
Yeah. Question them. They might have murdered someone. That's a way to find somebody.
Yeah. So apparently Eric saw this segment on TV and freaked out.
It's like, I got to start smoking Marlboro Reds.
He went to the police station and confessed everything.
What? I wasn't expecting that.
Twist!
Wasn't expecting that.
He said that he didn't remember what he did with the murder weapon.
What do you mean?
That's when the police were like, that's something you would remember.
Yeah.
Like, okay, right? But he would never tell them what he did with the murder weapon. He says he didn't remember. And DNA tests confirmed that it was definitely his DNA at the scene.
This motherfucker.
He was arrested on September 27th, 2005, and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Wow.
The closest that he got to giving a motive
Yes.
was that he blamed Leslie and Adrian, mostly Adrian, for Lily breaking off the engagement with him.
What the fuck?
Because apparently they had told Lily that she was too good for Eric.
Yeah. Well,
Fucking
sounds
she
fucking
was,
right.
apparently,
Yeah.
right? He
Sounds
said-
like they were onto something, motherfucker.
Sounds like, yeah, you were kind of,
Being an asshole back there.
yeah, kind of
Oh,
a dick
no.
back there. He said that the night of the Halloween party, when he and Lily had argued, he was drinking and then he went home and he got fucking mad all over again, right? And then he decided to go to the girl's house and take out his anger on them.
Oh my gosh. Just leave him alone.
Just fucking don't. Go
Yeah.
to bed.
Yeah. So did he know where each person was?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Maybe because he helped them move in. Well, he helped Lauren and Adrian move in, but
Oh.
Leslie moved in after he had
After.
been there. So not necessarily. And Leslie's was the first room that he went to, but it was also like the first bedroom upstairs.
Oh.
And if he
okay.
didn't know there was one downstairs, he
You
just-
wouldn't go there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he knew where they were in that, right? Another theory was that Leslie was the intended target because Eric had hit on her and he was afraid that she was going to tell Lily.
Oh my God. Okay.
Don't know if that's true.
He never confirms. Like
No.
But doesn't he admit to it?
He admits to the killing,
But he doesn't confirm.
but he's just
what-
like, I was in such a rage because of this.
I just
But
don't remember anything.
yeah,
else.
like that's it. He never really says like, oh, because Adrian said this or whatever. It's just like,
Huh.
my fiance broke up with me. I was really depressed. And so I did
Decided
something I
to-
shouldn't have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Either which way, when he went home that night, he had a bonfire and burned all of his clothes.
Okay, because they had blood on it. Yeah. On them.
And then the next morning, Lily called Eric to tell him that her friends had been attacked.
No. What the fuck? What did he say? What did Lily say?
He was just like, crazy, right? Yeah, nothing. Did
He was
not
like,
admit anything to her
"What?"
at that time or anything. And she never suspected him.
Oh, poor Lily.
He consoled her and he went with her to the girls' vigils
Oh my.
and funerals.
And he did it. All because that she was like, I don't think we should get married.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the kicker. By January, he and Lily had gotten back together and gotten married.
What?
Right?
Wait.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But like they got married because she didn't know? She didn't
Well,
know?
she didn't know. She didn't know any of that.
And so they got married.
And they got married.
And then she found out.
No. Well, she found out when he confessed. A year later. They got married in January. The murder happened in October.
She was,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Stacy.
Aaron.
Stacy. He attended Leslie and Adrian's funerals.
Yeah.
Lily and Eric, Lily, his new wife,
Wifey. Yeah.
invited Adrian's mom to their wedding. And she read a passage from the Bible in honor of Adrian.
No.
Her plus
And
one
he
was her
murdered-
other daughter.
Oh my God.
So her and her daughter went to the wedding of the guy that
who murdered her? What the fuck? And then married her like friend.
Yeah.
And her friend.
Isn't that fucked up?
That is
Isn't
so
that
fucked
so
up.
fucked up?
What happened to Lily?
They get divorced.
Spoiler alert. She's real mad about it.
Spoiler alert, they get divorced. I don't think she ever remarried. She was like, you know what? Tried it once. Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. 0 stars.
Would not recommend.
He always seemed kind of off. I don't know. But she's doing well, like, in her life now.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So homeboy's just like, I'm going to marry the one I didn't kill.
So Lauren's downstairs, Leslie,
Yeah.
Adrian, and Lily was his girlfriend. And he came in allegedly to kill them because supposedly they had said, like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
he's not good enough for you.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so fucking terrible.
In a really, really, really fucked up way, his plan worked?
It did. I don't like it.
No.
No. You're right. In a really fucked up way.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But in December of 2006, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder, and he was given life without parole. And that's where he's at now. Had he pleaded not guilty, he would have gotten the death penalty. So that's the only reason that he pleaded guilty, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. To like get out of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that fucked up?
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. That bothers me so much. Like, I know when they always say, you know, people go back to the scene of crimes and stuff like that.
But he was like living in it.
Yeah, he was like,
Oh, I don't
immersed
like
in it
that.
still.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it's horrible. Isn't that fucked up?
And so, yeah. No, it's great. I love
Actually,
it. It's for
I
my
was
brain.
thinking this is fine.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Right.
If you want to check out pictures pertaining to Aaron's case, go to isgdpodcast.com. While you're there, please join our Patreon. For as little as $1, you get 1 extra episode every month. Also, you can join us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at isgdpodcast. If you want to email us, you can do so at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to snail mail us, you can do so at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
and Stacy will just punch a cabinet or two.
Or 2.
And it's not even a cabinet, it's a shelf.
It's a shelf.
But on that note,
Bye.
bye. Sorry for the shit show.
Sorry.
I'm not that sorry.
I hope it wasn't too terribly insensitive.